As we all know, Sonic Adventure is a Dreamcast game that released in 1998. It was the first 3D Sonic game ever made aside from Sonic 3D Blast. Should we really count that as a 3D Sonic game? Whatever, Sonic Adventure was the first fully 3D Sonic game ever made, and it was pretty mind-blowing at the time. Of course nowadays, the game has aged pretty poorly, but gameplay-wise, I think this game still holds up till this day. Some might not agree with that since some people think Sonic had a rough transition to 3D, but all I gotta say is, that's a little bull. One of the features Sonic Adventure introduced was the homing attack. This move makes Sonic home into the enemy and was a really useful move added to Sonic's moveset. From here on, almost every Sonic game has had the homing attack. This was probably, in my opinion, the best thing added to the Sonic series. It's such a brilliant idea to give Sonic a homing move. But we're not here to praise the homing attack. We're here to see if we can beat Sonic Adventure without using it at all. The version I'll be playing is the Steam version using the mod Better SADX, which basically reversed the game back to its Dreamcast version. I left the models alone because I think it looks better this way. Anyway, let's get right into the challenge. Sonic is just chilling in the night station square and he suddenly sees police cars chasing after something. The thing they are chasing after is the monster Chaos. Sonic thinks fighting this thing could be fun, so we start off on the first boss, Chaos Zero. On this boss, you basically just have to bop it on the head a few times, no need for the homing attack really. So we beat Chaos Zero with ease. Chaos flees into a manhole and we see Eggman explaining that Chaos is the god of destruction. The next day, Sonic is taking a nap by the pool and he hears a plane malfunctioning. It turns out it's Tails' plane and he crashes. We gotta go save him, so we go to the first stage, Emerald Coast. On this stage, the way I defeat the enemies is by mostly spin dashing them because it's a bit difficult to jump on them. This stage wasn't hard at all to beat without using the homing attack, so we easily save Tails. Tails tells us about how he's going to use the Chaos Emerald to power up his plane, so we head to Tails' house at the Mystic Ruins. On our way to Tails' house, we run into a giant talking egg and we fight him. The way I beat this boss normally is just by spamming the homing attack on him, which will get rid of him in seconds. But since this is a no homing attack run, I have to jump on him. It's not that hard to do since he's a big target, so we defeat him. After his defeat, we see the monster we ran into last night and it looks like Eggman has been the one controlling him. This time, we find out the monster can change forms from eating a Chaos Emerald. Eggman runs to find the Chaos Emerald, so we gotta find him before he finds them. We get the key to the next stage, Windy Valley. This stage really doesn't have much enemy, so beating this level without a homing attack shouldn't be too hard. And I was right, this level is still a breeze even without the homing attack. The last part of the stage, you basically just run and platform, so we get the Chaos Emerald. Our next stage is back at Station Square, Casino Opolis. But before we can do that, we need to get the Lightspeed Dash upgrade. So we go to the sewers to get it, and we also need to get the other upgrade which lets us charge the Lightspeed Dash faster. And now on to my least favorite stage in Sonic's story, Casino Opolis. I just think this stage is boring. What you gotta do here is play pinball games and get 400 rings so you can get the Chaos Emerald. The quickest way to do this is by failing the pinball game on purpose, which it will dump you into the sewers. This place has tons of rings, so it's better off doing this than just doing the pinball game. Here I just lightspeed dash to zoom over the enemies and we get tons of rings. I get a few extra by hitting these pachinko machines and there we go, we have 400 rings. We got the Chaos Emerald and after leaving the casino, Eggman steals our Chaos Emerald and knocks us out with gas. Wait, couldn't Sonic be fast enough to catch the Chaos Emerald while it's still there? Whatever. We get the Ice Keystone and go to the next level, Ice Cap from Sonic 3. We beat the first enemy on the level by jumping on the bot and I make this shortcut which skips a good chunk of the stage. I don't know if this was intentional by the devs, but it's pretty useful. Anyway, we jump on icicles and we go to one of the most memorable moments in Sonic games, the snowboarding section. This part, you're just snowboarding so we complete the level and grab the Chaos Emerald. After that, we run into Knuckles who thinks Sonic is holding one of the shattered Master Emerald pieces, so we fight Knuckles. This fight is super easy, so no need for the homing attack at all. I can just spin dash through it. After clashing with Knuckles, our Chaos Emerald falls out and Eggman steals them. It turns out Knuckles fell for Eggman's trick again, and Eggman feeds the 2 emeralds to Chaos. This transforms Chaos into Chaos 4, and now we gotta fight him. In this game, you fight Chaos 4 3 times, but since this is only Sonic's story, We only have to fight him once. This boss also is pretty easy because there's really no need for a homing attack here. So we pop him on the head a few times and he's defeated. Eggman did introduces us to his new ship called the Egg Carrier, so we decided to follow him in Tails' plane. Knuckles declines our offer to roll with us, so we head to Tails' house to follow Eggman. Tails whips out his plane, the Tornado, and we go to the Star Fox stage. You just shoot whatever is in your way here. After a while, the Egg Carrier shoots a giant laser at us, which causes the Tornado to crash and burn. Sonic wakes up on the beach and Tails is missing, so we gotta find him. During our search, we run into Amy, who of course is trying to stalk Sonic. Amy asks Sonic to help protect this bird she is holding, so Amy tags along with Sonic to find Tails. On our search, there's a robot following us, and it turns out the robot is trying to kidnap Amy and the bird. Right when Sonic was about to fight it, Amy gets distracted by this amusement park and she runs off to it. Now not only are we trying to search for Tails, we now have to search for Amy, so here we go to Twinkle Park. These two enemies in the beginning, I just have to jump on them and now we steal a car. This part, you have to drive through this course and collect rings. The way you defeat enemies is by just running them over, so of course we don't need the homing attack. This next part, we become a bowling ball and some of these enemies require you to use the homing attack to defeat, so I just ignore them. From here on, the level is easy to complete without the homing attack, so we save the animals from the capsule just like the classic Sonic games. After being unsuccessful with finding Amy, there's a card that randomly drops from the sky and we use it to go to the most hype stage in the game, Speed Highway. There's all kinds of twists and turns on this level and it's really fun. This stage isn't too bad without using the homing attack, but some of the enemies are tough to defeat without it. On this part, I'm supposed to homing attack to get across, but I want to see if I can get across by just jumping on them. And nope, you can't do it, so I fall to the bottom path. Now we run down a building and crash through some glass. It turns into daytime here, and this part I just ignore most of the enemies. I complete the level easily. While we're roaming around the town, we spot the robot from earlier carrying Amy. They are heading to the Mystic Ruins, so we gotta go there to save Amy. Right before we can save her, it gets dark all of a sudden and it's the Egg Carrier above us. The carrier abducts the robot and Amy, so now we gotta go where the Egg Carrier is heading. On the other side of the Mystic Ruins, we get another upgrade which lets us attack the enemies with the Lightspeed dash. We see where the Egg Carrier is heading and now we follow it on Red Mountain. On the outside part, you really spend most of your time just hitting springs and switches. Some shortcuts I really can't do because I need the homing attack. This part right here, you need to homing attack to get across. It might seem like I'm stuck here, but I can use the Lightspeed dash to attack the floating enemies and get across. Now we zipline our way into the inside part of the stage with lava. There's a lot of parts here where I have to use the homing attack to get across, but who needs the homing attack? I can just spin dash jump or Lightspeed dash, piece of freaking cake. We complete the stage and we see there is absolutely no way we can get to the Egg Carrier. But just in time, our buddy Tails comes in clutch with the Tornado and we hop on. And here's another Star Fox section. We shoot the core of the Egg Carrier and now we land on it. It turns out Tails forgot to put the landing gear on his plane, so we land pretty rough. Now we gotta progress, but Eggman comes on the speakers to tell us that the Egg Carrier can transform. It transforms and we have to get to the bridge to get to the top. But since it's transformed, we have to go to the sky deck.
I bet you weren't expecting this. The only way you can get to me is through the sky deck. Find out if you can figure this one out.
This must be the way to the sky deck.
Here we just jump on these, whatever you call it, and move slowly so we don't fall off. I mostly ignore the enemies here, and now on to the second section. On this part, we're on the ship and we have to destroy this giant cannon to progress. We destroy it and onto the most annoying part of the level. It's the gravity that makes everything pretty annoying, but I somehow found a huge shortcut here, skipping the most annoying part of the stage. Wow. We head to where Eggman is and we see Amy. Eggman steals the bird and the bird somehow is hiding a Chaos Emerald. Eggman calls for the robot E102 Gamma and we have to fight him. This fight is like the Knuckles fight, it's pretty brain dead, no need for the homing attack. And when Sonic was going to finish Gamma off, Amy gets in the way to protect Gamma since Gamma is her friend. The ship is falling and now we gotta find Eggman to defeat him. But in order to do that, we have to put the ship back to its original form. We find the room and hit the switch. We find Eggman and we see he has fed Chaos 6 emeralds, which means Chaos is almost complete. We see a frog inside the monster, which is Big the Cat's frog. Now we have to defeat Chaos 6 and save Froggy. On this boss part, you have to throw the bombs Eggman puts out at Chaos to freeze him. You don't need the homing attack to defeat the frozen Chaos, you just have to jump on it and we defeat it with ease. Knuckles comes out of nowhere to find the Master Emerald pieces and then Eggman tries to run away.
I hate Eggman.
We land in the forest of the Mystic Ruins, and we see this mysterious temple which a red ball of light leads us to. And onto the stage, Lost World. No, not that Lost World. This level is super buggy, like half of the time, the collision doesn't work. Especially this part of the snake. After pressing all the switches, we go into a dark room where we have to light up some mirrors. We run from a giant flaming boulder and now onto the puzzle part of this level. The enemies here I mostly ignore, and we lightspeed dash and complete the stage. The ball of light from earlier leads us into a mural. We go into a place where we see a burning temple. We meet this girl who is staring at the disaster that just happened and a bunch of dead Chow. Then we go back to the present. We see Eggman and we follow him to his secret base. We do a puzzle and now to the final stage, Final Egg. This level has a lot of enemies, so I just jump on them like normal. Platforming here is a bit harder because I don't have the air dash to hold my hand all the time. But other than that, Final Egg is pretty easy without the homing attack. This part with the multi-enemies, I can just lightspeed dash attack. It's so satisfying to do. We lightspeed dash on the last part and beat the stage. We then run into Eggman, which we gotta fight on this last part of Sonic's story. This boss is pretty challenging even with the homing attack because this game could be so buggy sometimes that you would phase through Eggman while you're trying to attack him. Anyway, on this part, you have to homing attack to get across and hit Eggman, but I just jump on those green things to get across and hit Eggman. That was easier than I thought, and this part with the spinning platforms, I have to jump on the spinning platforms and hit Eggman. Okay, this boss isn't too bad without the homing attack. I thought this would be annoying. Eggman crashes onto the platform and we defeat him. Sonic runs with Tails and he jumps to the screen like in Sonic 1. The end. So we just beat Sonic's story without using the homing attack. This is not the whole game, of course. I only just did Sonic's story for this video. He is the only character who has the homing attack in the game anyway. But maybe I'll do more videos on the other character's story, like can you beat Tails' story without using the tail swipe or flying, or can you beat Amy's story without using the hammer? Let me know what you guys think. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.
Oh, wow! It's changed shape! Did you see that?